come on board. Ofir.
Hi, thank you to the Ofir. How do I pause this? Hi everybody, my name is Ofir. I've lived in Holland many years, and over there they have these stickers that you can buy. You can order from the city, and you stick that sticker on your mailbox, and the sticker says that you do not wish to receive junk mail on your physical mailbox at home. And this is organized by the city, by both ads and local newspapers. Now I thought that I lived there many years, and you put that on your mailbox and you get no junk mail. And I thought that would be a nice thing to have, well, in Israel for sure, and possibly worldwide. However, as I said, this is regulated, so you gotta make a law that says you're not allowed to place ads in your mailbox. I don't want to be a politician. I don't want to make laws that restrict people from doing things. What I prefer to do is incentivize users to act a certain way that makes everybody happy. Now, before blockchain, I thought there would be, you would somehow have to figure out a way to get the person to only be able to place ads in your mailbox if they put some kind of effort into it, such as walking to your house and placing ads. And with blockchain technology, what you can do is you can tell them, hey, I don't mind if you send me ads electronically, as long as you respect the sticker that I have on my mailbox. And if you do respect, as an advertiser, if you do respect the sticker that you and you don't place ads in my mailbox, then I offer you the option of advertising anyway electronically. So I'm telling the advertiser, instead of just please don't place ads here, I realize that you do have an interest of placing ads in my mailbox. Therefore, I'd like to give you this interest in another electronic way, which will hopefully make me less angry and waste less paper. Now, this is 10 days worth of pamphlets that are received in Tel Aviv. You get magnets, you get leaflets for restaurants, you get ads for gyms, you get many things. Now I've gone through these things and I've realized that these are split into quite few categories. You have the supermarkets, you have the restaurant menus, and you have professionals such as these horribly ugly plumber stickers. And all these people have a need. They need to advertise. This is not something you should just call off as a waste of paper, because you have to figure out a way to give them another option which they can use instead. So I thought, how about I make this cool-looking sticker that you stick on your mailbox, and an accompanying app that allows the people who respect the sticker to advertise. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to download an app. It's called prezzo.io, and that's price in Italian. And it's location based, so you're gonna open it and you're gonna see all the local businesses around you that are advertising, and you're gonna go through them and be able to select, hey, I'm interested in receiving ads from the AM PM, for example, and I don't want to receive anything from plumbers and so on. So you're gonna go through these advertisers, and you're gonna select whether you're interested in receiving ads from them. So for example, I've entered into the AM PM and I see the campaign that he has. Down here at the bottom, I see that there's 168 prezzo, which is the coin, the token that I'm using in the app, to be gained by viewing these 42 items. And you see an expiration date, and you have an option of telling them, hey, yes, please, I'm interested, or I'm not interested. Now, you can view the ads in categories, for example, in snacks and drinks and so on. and you can mark this blue icon here telling them I'm interested in receiving push notifications. That means that the next time this advertiser has a new campaign, you're going to be receiving a push notification to your phone telling them there's a new pamphlet. You can view the pamphlet in the app and gain money for doing that. Okay, so if you do watch the ad, you're going to be receiving money for having viewed the app. So the nice thing about this is that, as I said, with cryptocurrency you can do things like pay the user. With Ethereum, you can do things like pay the user optionally. So what's going to happen is the advertiser is going to be sending a little bit of money, these 4 preso, to an Ethereum contract, and the user is not going to. It's not in the user's app yet. The user is only going to receive the money once the app is displayed, and a certain token built into the app is going to be pushed to the device, and the token is going to enable the app to withdraw this money from the Ethereum contract. So what happens is you have money, and it's not just wasted. You know, like these things cost money whether the user views the ad or not. In here, the advertiser only pays for actual views of the ad. Now, what you can do then, since this is location-based, and for example, if this looks like a nice, interesting deal, I'd like to tap that and mark it as something I'm interested in, and if I walk in the city and I come across the AM PM, it's going to be able to send me a push notification telling me, hey, listen, you've marked this deal as something you're interested in. You're near the AM PM, why don't you come in and buy it? So this screen over here on the right, you're going to get a list of all your, basically it's kind of your shopping list, everything you've marked as something you're interested in. You can go in there and see everything, and then when you walk into the store, you can just go through the list and get whatever you marked. What this does is it allows people to opt in to advertisements. I mean, the common question that I get when I tell this to is like, why would I want to receive ads? Well, spam is only spam when it's 1, too much, 2, not directed at you, but general stuff, and 3, when you didn't ask for it. Over here, what we have is a system that is respectful in the sense that it's opt-in. You only receive the ads that you asked for, and it's not too much because you only selected the right things, and you can opt out at any time. So why would you want it? Because it's relevant to you. I mean, things like every platform that has come around, every medium of exchange of information, such as newspapers, internet, TV, has always been funded by advertisements. The internet has brought with it the option to do targeted advertising. I mean, pay-per-click and Google Ads and all those things are all targeted advertisements. It's a medium that allows the medium to continue existing and provide services to the users while keeping it for free. A location-based advertising method such as this does not exist yet that allows you to monetize your location. You have a mailbox in your house. It's a box that has your name on it. It's a sort of a statement to the world, hey, listen, I'm here to receive ads from you. Whether it's relevant for me or not, just because historically it's been there. But it does not, there's no electronic version of the physical mailbox. I'm trying to create an electronic version of the physical mailbox, so connecting the physical world with the electronic world by only allowing advertisers to advertise locally to the users around them. So we have, once again, this respectful opt-in method of advertising that changes the paradigm from a situation where you're just somebody there to use as a pair of eyes to watch our ads, to a system where, hey, you're calling the shots, you're the king now. Would you like to view this ad for a little bit of money? It's worth it for me to give you money to view this ad. So currently, what we're doing is we have this UI running. You can go to the GitHub and pull up these pages, and you're going to be able to view all these pages. We're hoping to have we have a contract. We have the Ethereum contract that actually moves the money around. Well, it's not going to be fully functional by the end of the hackathon, which is in about 4 days. But the plan is that this is a long-term project. So we're going to be building this even after the hackathon. The nice thing about the hackathon, and this answers maybe some of the questions from before, is that hackathons are usually for people who are there to do something for 24 hours and get some money and then go home and never touch their project. What Roman has done, which is I think brilliant, he has put incentive into the hackathon to kind of have a long-term plan of what you want to do, because with the Hacker Gold, the token, I don't know how many of you know about it, the token that you can receive by joining the hackathon is a sort of an investment. You don't need to find additional investors once you have that. There's currently about $700,000 worth of Hacker Gold, and that is going to be spent on these projects. So, and this is that's what this is. This is a long-term mindset for what should this be in a year from now, and not what should we do just for the hackathon. Yeah, questions? Yeah.
Can I use this currency? The currency is peso, right?
Right.
Can I use it for purchase or for purchasing, or can I just
Okay, good question. What's going to happen is you're going to once you earn these prezzo, is you're going to be able to spend this at the location of the advertiser. So whoever is advertising using this will be able to give you rebates and discounts by paying with this. Notice I've over here I've also added an option for the advertiser to give you a rebate, some kind of coupon code, so that you can not just get the money for viewing the app, but when you walk into the store and actually buy something, you're going to be able to get an additional little bit of money when you bought the item. The reason for this is that at the end of the day, the reason you have this is not because the advertiser thinks you're going to keep this in a drawer somewhere and look through these and end up making a nice shopping list and going to use it when you buy. The reason you have this really is that they want you to take this from your mailbox, walk the 5 steps to the trash can and throw it out, and while you take those 5 steps, this Burger Ranch logo was in your face. Okay, that's the real purpose of these things. So that's why I've really created this in such a way that the advertiser gets a real stage and a platform for displaying their logo. Okay, notice the color scheme is like the AM/PM color scheme. Everything is going to be customized for the advertiser. Over here, you're going to have, as the user yourself, you're going to have the option of inputting your logo, your color scheme, and so on, so that whenever the viewer views the pamphlet, it's really like they're viewing the actual pamphlet, like something that feels like something from the burger or from the AM/PM. Additionally, this will give you another advantage that you do not have with these physical pamphlets, is that if the user actually walks into the store and gets the product and gets the coupon and gets the rebate or whatever it is that you have there, the advertiser is going to know about it. So the advertiser is going to end up having data coming into telling him, hey, this method of advertising actually works. You've actually got back money from spending money on this campaign, which the advertiser does not have with this method now. Currently, this is just like an airdrop. I mean, they're throwing these, like they're printing like 100,000 of these a month. they're putting it in all the mailboxes, and they have no idea whether this actually makes a difference on their actual sales at the end of the month. This will add that advantage. An important issue here is figuring out what the interests are. So the advertisee, the person receiving the ads, has the interest of receiving less junk in their mailbox, and the advertiser has the interest of getting more information about their customer. This will allow you to do that, where this does not. So the interest of the advertiser is to use this method for all the reasons I've named, including this one, and if that answers your question. Okay, so you're gonna have an option. The sticker is gonna look something like this. What I wanted to do is, like, you get these magnets on your door. My door currently has about 25 plumber signs on it, just because I leave them there intentionally so that I get the inspiration of trying to fix that problem. And they're all ugly. I mean, none of these are good looking. This is not something you want to have on your door or on your fridge. I'm thinking, create a nice, cool looking sticker. You know the peephole, the eye hole in your door? Yeah, that's going to fit in here. Okay? So you have, I've seen this, what's the name of the breakfast place? Benedict. Benedict did a great campaign. They spread out these magnets on people's doors, except they didn't just make a normal magnet. They made a bird with a hole where the eye is, and they left it on people's doors on the peephole, so that together you come home and you see, hey, there's a funny looking bird on my door now. And it's not something you want to remove from your door because it looks good. Okay? The idea is that if this looks good and kind of like is something you want to leave on your door, then the advertiser comes and sees it, they're going to recognize it as something that is connected to an app and use that. Okay, right, yeah. So by default, you're going to receive this sticker that looks something like this, with optionally a QR, a unique QR in the center here that you can opt in to place on your door or not place on your door. And if you don't place that on your door, the advertiser is going to come to the door and realize that this is a geolocation where you can send ads to electronically, but he has no idea who the user is, and he cannot send this out to his advertiser friends, telling them, hey, listen, this guy is willing to receive ads, why don't you advertise? They have to physically decide which locations they want to advertise to when you don't identify yourself. You can opt in, if you wish, to placing this unique QR on the sticker, so that when the advertiser comes, he can advertise directly to you. Okay, he can send you a message directly. Possibly, if you do that, you get additional benefits, such as receiving extra rebates and so on. So to answer your question, you do not have to have a QR. You just need to have some kind of recognizable sticker that the advertiser recognizes, and you can opt in to also make it unique and identifiable and give you additional benefits. Now, thinking about all this, I thought, wait a minute. So what we have here is really a sticker that tells the advertiser this is a geolocation where somebody's using an app, so I'm going to send an ad in this geolocation because they're going to be receiving it electronically. How about the old-fashioned billboards, the local signs, the luach modaot, okay? How about having something like that, a sticker at the corner of the street sign, where somebody walks by and he sees a sticker with a QR, and he scans that, and he's subscribing. It's like following on YouTube, on Twitter, this billboard. So you know that if there's a relevant billboard near you that you want to receive the ads from, you can scan that and add that to your notification list, and you'll be receiving more ads when there's new ads on that billboard. Okay, so it takes it further. It's not just about your mailbox. It's about any geolocation that is interesting to you.
Your app is very dependent on lots of microtransactions.
Right.
What's the volume of transactions now possible on Ethereum?
Oh, infinite. I mean, all ethers. You can. You mean like?
Can you please repeat?
Yeah. He asked, what is the volume that is possible with Ethereum, right?
For microtransactions.
Okay. Currently, I would say microtransaction costs, gas costs on the order of 0.01 Ether, which is about like a few cents maybe. But this is easy to come around because you do not, you can easily send a bunch of money to the Ethereum contract and only withdraw it once a certain amount of money has been collected in your app. So the token which I was talking about earlier that allows you to withdraw the money can be added up and withdrawn once you have a bunch of these to save on things like on transaction costs.
I think more about, my question was more about if 1 million people now watch an ad through the app and you have to have 1 million transactions on Ethereum at the moment, is that possible now?
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, we are far from the upper limit of the Ethereum network currently, and in fact, with Vitalik's brilliant brain, he is doing things like sharding and Casper, things that are going to make the transaction volume as infinite, really infinite, and like an infinite transaction per second volume even. So this is, in Bitcoin, you're right, there is some kind of limit there, but I'm not worried about that with Ethereum.
Can I have a question?
Yeah.
One last question.
I'll be here afterwards.
I think you're dealing with another technological issue besides blockchain, which is cheaters. How do you mitigate the cheaters? Because currently you can cheat the advertising system very easily. But there's not much incentive because it's just an extra life or a better sword. But here, we're talking about real money, so how do you plan to do it?
Here's the thing. The advertiser is going to have to, this is part of the reason it's good for the advertisee, because the advertiser is going to have to be putting a lot of thought into which geolocations are there, do I want to advertise to so that I do not get the cheaters. I don't want to, for example, with these things, you spread out 100,000 of these, the more you spread out, the more likely you are to receive these again. So there's no interest on the advertiser sides to limit the advertising area. Once the advertiser knows that he's going to be spending money and potentially spending money for nothing on cheaters, as you say, he's going to have to limit the geolocation so that only the relevant areas receive the advertisements.
So you're claiming there are areas without cheaters in the world.
GPS spoofing and you could spoof your GPS location.
Right.
Harvest all the coins in your ads and automate all that process.
You're right. GPS spoofing is a problem here. I'm not worried about this, or I am worried about this, but I think there's plenty of things to do here, such as, for example, the fact that you have to get the guy to watch the ad. Okay, so for example, if you want to, AMPM spends a lot of money and time creating tiny, small, videos, 20-second videos on their Facebook page that people view, like a beer dancing and what you can do with this is get the guy to watch the ad by only providing the withdraw token once the ad has been viewed. So on the one hand, there are the cheaters. On the other hand, if the advertiser is willing to pay this money so that people view the ads, that's also an interest, okay? The exposure to the brand is what the advertiser is trying to achieve here. Okay, so either way, he gets that.
Ofir time. Our next surprise guest, Matan.